I've had this for like 2 years now. Just a water and a fake like egg yolk in there. As you can see. Scared because last time, you already know, that one bursted and it made a huge mess. This one I'm not too scared about because it is just liquid, but still, don't do it. they're falling off. There's a gnat. What I'm gonna do is like a whisper, close whispering to put you to sleep. There is one particular song that I can't get out of my head, and it's please, please, please don't prove I'm right. It's not my fault because every single car I get into, that's like the #1 song being played right now, so it's just bound to happen. But that song is really catchy. Yeah, I really enjoy life. I'm very grateful for it, and I really had. I want to be a little transparent here. I've had a really hard time this year with the content creation because I feel like I've been in between a funk, burnout, and confusion in life. This is my entire life. I eat, sleep, breathe ASMR most of the time. So, like, the longer you do that, you know, the more you're going to reach that burnout period eventually, or just exhaustion. And I was really confused, like, what's going on? Like, why am I feeling this way? And at the same time, I had a lot of life changes this year. One being losing some weight. I unfortunately gained a lot of weight when I was in college, and it took a toll on my health. And me, even though doing ASMR is like amazing, it does keep me very sedentary, since it just requires me to sit at a desk and sit here for hours. I'm very, very sedentary. It wasn't until I went to the doctor, and I mean, I'm not oblivious. I knew that my health wasn't the best, but when you actually see it on paper and you know, do your annual, you know, visits and tests, it really concerned me because one promise I made since I was younger is that I'll never, you know, not take care of my health, which draws back to my family history. My family, most people are dealing with arthritis, obesity, and other things. And so I knew that, okay, that's definitely something that is common in my family, and I don't really want that for myself because I know what comes with that, i.e., medication, pain, not being able to do a lot of things in life. And 23 now. Crazy to say 23. But I this year I basically decided to make that change in June, and I decided, okay, I'm gonna go forth with it. I'm gonna do it the right way. The right way. Basically, I did not understand how to lose weight, like, get healthier. I'm not a professional, or this is not from a doctor. This is all my own research, but from what I gathered, it's really just about your calories, calorie deficit, moving your body, burning calories, and eating the right foods to get the right macronutrients for your body, which is protein, carbohydrates, and fats. It's essential that we get that so we have energy, to do things in life, and for our muscle growth, etc. I don't know too much about it, but that's like the basics. And once they finally clicked in June of this year, that's when I, was consistent, put effort in, and I eventually see some results. And I'm very proud of myself, but that time period I also slowed down on social media, and I was kind of scared because I'm like, I don't want to not post as often as I used to, but I feel like I had to kind of take a step back a little more because, like I said, my health was not headed in the best direction when it came to everything, mental, physical, everything. It was very, very just all over the place. And so one of the problems I also had, which I mentioned in my other YouTube video, was that since I work from home and my life is very sedentary, I would be on my phone a lot, like social media, and I definitely developed that habit a long time ago, and it got really bad. And that's another reason why I decided to slow down this year with the posting, too frequently. And I enjoy it a lot. I'm very grateful that I can even be able to do that. And it took me a while to accept that I can't do that, because sometimes I would feel a little guilty for taking breaks. But I just, when you feel something very, very deeply and you thought about it and okay, sorry, that's my I think that's my neighbor, but when something bothers you a lot, you will do whatever it takes to make sure it doesn't bother you anymore. And so that's kind of like where I'm at right now. I know this is not a permanent thing that I'm going to do, especially with social media. With the content creation, as you guys know, I have 2 TikTok accounts, Instagram and YouTube Shorts and YouTube. And so I try to schedule out like what am I going to post, what I'm going to do. But this year definitely just had to learn how to go with the motions, slow down, and breathe. And that's something that I would tell you guys as well. If you're in a repetitive cycle in your life, or you feel like you want to take care of your health more, nothing, like I said earlier, nothing is going to change until you change it. And if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you would do anything it takes to get out of what you're in. And so I would definitely, suggest that for you guys as well. It's like, at the end of the day, your health and your happiness and your well-being comes first over any other human on this earth. Obviously, you got children and other stuff, that's different, but most of the time we have to take care of ourselves, because if we don't, how are we going to be able to help others, let alone help ourselves? It's going to be very, very hard. So live your life, do what makes you happy, and have balance, which that can also be hard to learn. It's something I learned this year. It's balance with everything. Not easy, and it doesn't happen overnight. It does take effort, and like I said, consistency over time. So that's something I definitely learned this year that I really hope you guys would also implement into your own lives if you would like. Like I said, I'm not an expert in anything. I'm simply just speaking on my own experience from this year alone. And overall, this year has been definitely transformative in many different ways. And like I said, overall, I'm so grateful for you guys. At the end of the day, like I said, if you guys weren't watching, if you guys weren't here, I would not be doing this right now, and who knows what I'd be doing in my life. But I just want to say thank you so much for everything, guys. Thank you so much. And I am so grateful to be able to have this role in the life to help thousands of people in the world, or hundreds of people in the world, sleep, relax, laugh. That's like a dream. So thank you so much. And why does it sound like I'm about to retire or disappear? But no, I feel like I want to thank you guys more. So that's why I'm doing this little segment right here. And I love being open and transparent with you guys, because that's how I was when I first started. So I always am. So yeah, that's cool that I can talk to you guys. And I love hearing your comments or reading your comments on these videos. I love to read it. I definitely read majority of the comments on my previous video. I think it was the doing my makeup or get ready with me. And I was so shocked to see that so many of you guys related to what I mentioned in the video. It blew my mind away, and low-key I almost dropped a low tear, because but yeah, that was really eye-opening. That sometimes I don't feel like people sometimes I feel like my life is insignificant. What I say on camera doesn't matter in a way. That's sometimes I tell myself I'm just a little person in this entire world. I'm not that important. And I don't want to say that, because it's not good to say that you're not important, because in reality you are important. You are important to many people in your life that's around you and in the world. You contribute to society and to the world, no matter how big or small you think your efforts or your actions are. So I want you to know that you are important. We are important. But I really like to share a lot and just be open, because that's the best part of being an ASMR creator in the ASMR community and the internet sometimes, that we all can find some sort of commonality to do the problems, or to do what we are going through with I do what we live and experience on a day-to-day basis. So that was very long, but like I said, I hope you enjoy this video. Not enjoy, but go to sleep. For instant sleep, okay? Instant. If you made it to this point, you're not asleep, so what are you doing? But I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Deuces.